everyone, my name is Tiffany. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you are not. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 weird things I did to make 10k selling digital products. Ready? Let's get into it.
What's up, baby? What you doing?
First thing that I did, number 1, was I blocked my friends and family. People are like, well, why would you block your friends and family? And the truth is, sometimes you want to try something new, but your fear is getting the best of you. Your nerves are getting the best of you because you aren't worried about what strangers are going to say. You are going to worry about what your friends and family are going to say, the people who know you. And that was my biggest struggle. So I decided to block her Facebook, block her Instagram, block her, because it's no hard feelings. It's not personal. It is just business. I knew that in order to market my products effectively, I had to be very confident in myself. I had to let go of the fear and anything holding me back. And it just so happened blocking my friends and family was a part of that. If you know you want to try something new and you want to give it your all, you want to give it 110%, sometimes you are going to have to block your friends and family in order to achieve that goal. So that is what I did. And the reason I did that, like I said, I was kind of like scared about what people would say, what people would think. And another reason is I was raised in an African household, and in my culture it's like you don't want to speak about things too early until it has been confirmed. So I knew that I was starting this new side hustle and I didn't want anyone to talk down on it. I didn't want anyone to put that spirit of fear into me, so I decided to block them. The next weird thing I did to make 10k selling digital products was I posted when no one was watching me. And you may be thinking, this is weird. Yes, this is weird, because what kind of normal person would post even if no one is watching them, even if they're not getting any views? That was me, because I knew that there would come a time when people would watch me, and I knew that if I just stayed the course, if I just stayed consistent, then at the end of the day I would have some visibility on me, I would have the attention on me, I would have some eyes on me. And as you know, attention equals currency. And what is so funny was I wasn't posting like no one was watching me. I posted like people were watching me, and that is definitely something that led me to make my first 5 figures in the online space sooner than later, because it's not being delusional, it's having faith, walking by faith and not by sight. I decided to assume the identity of someone who is being watched on social media, someone who does have followers, someone who does have likes. And because I didn't wait to become that person, I became that person so that I could achieve those goals faster. Post even if no one is watching you, post like they are. The third weird thing I did was I sold the same product over and over again. I sold the same product more than once. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, this is so weird. Like, wouldn't you have a lot of products to offer your customers, a lot of variety? But actually, you learn in your digital marketing journey that the less products you have, the better. If you have too many products, you're going to be confusing your audience, and they aren't going to know which product is meant for them and which product they are meant to buy. So I made it my mission that I would have one product and I would sell it over and over and over and over and over again. And I literally have multiple products that I've released at different times that have literally made me over 10k. For example, my first digital product, my TikTok growth ebook, that made me over 10k, and I was just selling that just over and over and over and over again. You don't need to have multiple products to make you 10k. You can literally have one good sole offer that solves a specific problem for your target audience and provides them with both a solution and transformation, and they will buy it if you position your product correctly. And a lot of people are shocked that just one product can make you 10k. Yes, right? If you have the right strategy, if your target audience clearly understands how it can solve their problem, yes. The fourth weird thing that I did was I stopped trying to be perfect and I started to be consistent. I think sometimes when we start something new, we think in order to put that project out, release it to the public, it has to be perfect. No, perfection actually kills more than it creates, which is so funny, because you don't have to wait for your product to be perfect. The P you should be looking for is presentable. So I decided that I would make myself, my content, my products presentable, and I would be consistent, because that is how you're going to get the most results. That is how you're going to get to your first 5 figures sooner than later. Stop waiting for things to be picture perfect, because they never are going to be. Stop waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect product, because it doesn't exist. You just need to be presentable. You need to find a presentable time to take action and be consistent. And number 5, I stopped talking to everybody and I started to focus on talking to one person. So sometimes on social media, within content, even if you are like a creator or an influencer, or you an entrepreneur, sometimes as beginners we can make the mistake of trying to talk to everyone, everybody. But you learn in your journey that you aren't for everybody, your products aren't for everybody, and your content isn't for everybody. And as a beginner, sometimes that's actually not what you want to hear, because you think you're doing something wrong. You aren't doing something wrong. It's actually a really good piece of advice to make sure that your content, your product, whatever it is going to the person who it's intended for, right? The person that you have decided you have created your product to help, okay, if that makes sense. So instead of me saying, oh, my product's for everyone, my content's for everyone, I focused on a select group, right? A select group. I built a specific target audience. I asked myself what gender they are, what age they are, what's their occupation, what are they struggling with, what do they desire, and how I can be able to help them. So that is my biggest tip. If you're talking to everybody, you are talking to nobody. You will actually start to make real money with your content once you learn to hold down on a specific group that you have chosen to help. Okay, since I'm having so much fun teaching you guys, I've decided to give you guys 2 extra bonuses that helped me make my first 10k, multiple 10k. And the 6th tip bonus is I marketed every day, even when I was getting no sales, even when no one was watching me, right? So the other tip was me, you know, showing up, posting content. But this tip, I was selling and marketing my product even if no one was watching me, right? Because okay, if no one was watching me, I knew that eventually they would be, but also I was building momentum within myself. I was training myself to build muscle memory, so that when I did have that visibility, when I did have those eyes on me, I would be confident when it came to presenting my offer. Let's say you are going on live, or you're hosting a live masterclass or something live to, you know, talk about your offer and present your offer. If your tonality, your energy isn't showing that you are confident in what you are offering, people are not going to buy. So I made sure that I would go on live, I would do classes, so that I could build up that muscle memory to be able to market my product effectively to my target audience. And it worked. It worked. The last bonus tip I'm going to give you guys is I treated my content like a storefront and not a hobby. One thing I've learned that if you treat your side hustle or whatever you're doing at that point in time like a hobby, you are going to make hobby money. You are gonna make side hustle money. Whereas if you treat it like a full-time job, like a 9-to-5, like a 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure business that's successful already, that is the type of money you are going to be printing out, okay? So don't just think of your content as a hobby, because you're thinking too small. You're only gonna put yourself in a box to make a certain amount of money. Whereas if you think bigger, you're gonna make bigger money. So what do I mean by I treated my content like a storefront? I made sure that my content, you would understand what the video is about, because sometimes people are just posting content to just post, to just grow, to just say, oh, I posted, I'm being consistent. But what is the point if you're not being intentional? Okay, so what I did is I made sure, okay, I'm posting this video is going to lead people to my store, this video is going to lead people to my lead magnet, this video is going to lead people to save, share. Okay, when you treat it like your portfolio, like a mini website before people actually click on your website, you will get more conversion. versions. I want you to think of your Instagram and your TikTok as like a portfolio, as a mini website, as a mini landing page, right? Somewhere where people go to see what you are about, to see if you are who you say you are, to see if you practice what you preach. And then when they can see that first step, that you know your page is organized, you look professional, you look like someone that they would want to work with, they will then take the next step, either buy your product, either sign up to your lead magnet, or just visit your site to see what you have available. I want to take this time to invite you guys to my free masterclass. I am having my biggest masterclass yet. It is going to be amazing. If you have been wanting to learn about content, social media growth, digital products, how to make money without going viral, showing your face, or having a lot of followers, this class is definitely for you. I created this class with beginners in mind, with you in mind, because I know what it's like to be a beginner, posting content and not making any money from it, and seeing everyone else making money. It can be quite disheartening, and I want to teach you what you need to be doing so that you can be the girlie making money off of her content. So if you click the link below, you'll be able to register and secure your free spot for the masterclass. My spots are limited, and on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These tips have really helped me, and I am pouring them onto you. If I had these tips when I first was getting started, it definitely would have changed the whole trajectory of my business. I would have achieved a lot sooner than later, but that is why you guys have me as your content bestie here to help you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more helpful videos like this. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok to keep up with me, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.